Good morning, and welcome back to Gaming with ADHD. Today we are continuing our look at Shadowrun Duels with the last figure in my personal collection from Wave 2, Karkhov. If you're not familiar with this product line, do check out some of the other videos in the series to see some more fantastic Shadowrun figures. In addition, I'm going to have two more videos after this. One is going to be video of just some pictures that I can find for the remaining figures. I would like you all to at least be able to see what the figures were, even though I can't do the close-ups like I have been doing. And I also want to do one reviewing the actual gameplay. So keep an eye out for those. I am also trying to get my hands on the additional figures. I figure somebody out there has to have some that I can borrow. But so far, it's been a little difficult to find that. So if I ever do get them, I will absolutely get some videos up for you guys. But in the meantime, I do appreciate that you've been watching so far. Now, keep in mind, if you want a quick overview of the product line, if this is your first time seeing one of my videos, I do have a review of the product line, where it came from, some of the initial ideas, in my review of Lothan the Wise. That was the first video that I did. I will have that linked in the description below as well. Also, if you're a big Shadowrun fan and you've been picking up PDFs, I do have an affiliate link with DriveThruRPG, which, if you choose to use it, would be great because it will help out the channel. But obviously, that's up to you. Now, one last note. This is just a review of the figure and the accessories you would receive at the time of purchase. Okay? So, I'm not going to go into how effective the figure is, how good the equipment is. I just want to look at the details on the figure. So, all right. Right here we have Karkhov, the male human street samurai. Now, I have to, real quick, I will have to say, I am very glad that they at least got through Wave 2. To me, the Street Samurai is pretty much the iconic character of Shadowrun. But they didn't include it in Wave 1. So, I'm glad that we did get Wave 2 so that we could at least get this one. Now, on his base, you can see that this is figure number 7 in the series. He does stand about 5 3/4 inches tall, which is just slightly taller than most of the average sized figures, but not quite as tall as Lothan the Wise or Wolf Nev, who are the largest figures in the game. Now, as far as optional accessories, he does come with alternate hands that you can swap out. Obviously, one has a peg, one is designed for holding an item more normally that you would see with an action figure, but they are molded in the gray to match the gloves that already exist on the figure. Now, as far as his equipment, he comes with the Ingram Smart submachine gun. If I can get this to focus in. Sorry, everyone. Normally it's not that bad. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, we've got some good detail. They painted the magazine and the barrel of the gun. We've also got a little bit of paint on the flashlight. But overall, it's molded very well. Lots of little details on there. So overall, a great looking piece. We then have a katana set, which is the wakizashi and the katana. As you can see, they pre-painted some blood splatter on there for you. And they are designed with holes in the hilt so that if you choose to use the pegs, you can attach it that way. He also comes with SmartLink goggles. These actually do fit around his head, but one downside that this figure has is if you end up taking off the strap from the little peg, it does not stick very well any further. So that is the SmartLink goggles. He also comes with a survival kit that we saw previously with Kellen Colt. And his last piece of equipment is actually on the figure. Now, this is removable. It's his armored vest, but I'm not actually going to remove it from the figure. I don't want to have to. Again, a lot of my decisions come down to just the age of the figures, but it was designed to be removable, which I do appreciate in this case because, as you can see, with a point cost and a symbol on it, it does actually have a game value to it. So, now, as far as his accessories, he comes as normal with the action base. This has the 3 dials to track damage and his abilities as far as movement and accuracy with shooting, things like that. The action base does come in 2 parts, with the bottom being a storage tray so that you can put all of the accessories you find here into the base and store them between your games. Now, this one, because obviously most of his equipment is very small, you can store all of it in the base. Now, for his dice, we get 1 yellow D8, 5d6 consisting of 2 white, 1 black, 1 green, and 1 yellow. And finally, 2 black 4-sided dice. And then last but not least, as with all of the figures, we get a paper tape measure for measuring all of the different ranges with our guns, swords, movement, etc. All right, so let's look at the figure. Now, unfortunately, I did not bring him over here for this review, but this figure is the first reuse that we see of a male figure. The legs and arms are actually originally from the Street Deacon figure. But as you can see here, we've got 2-tone coloring on the pants with another coloring here for the knee pad. But as you can see, they actually pick up a lot better detail this time. All of this detail was actually present on the Street Deacon, but because they just painted it black and didn't do any kind of like a dry brush or a highlight, you didn't get to see any of those details. Okay, obviously it's the same boots as were on the Street Deacon, but they chose not to paint the steel toes this time around. So let's take a look at his head. So I really like what they did here. It's a nice, different sculpt. They also, just like they did with Midnight, they used some rubber attached to the back to represent just the ends of the bandana. They also did a full paint job on the top of the bandana. I think I've gotten a little bit of paint scratched there, but it's not too bad. It looks actually part of it. But he's got an eye patch with the corresponding damage to his eye, plus some extra tattooing around the side of his neck. So, he's also got, instead of the short coat like we saw in the Street Deacon, we've got this rubber long coat. I like this frayed hem here. Makes it look a little bit more worn. Definitely does more to pull out that street samurai feel. Now this is just like the street deacon, he's very heavily articulated. He's got because the hands are removable. If it wasn't so stuck, I would be able to twist the hands at the wrist. You can also bend the elbow, twist the upper arm, although again, not putting too much pressure there because of its age. We've got ball joints on the shoulders, and that's on both arms. We can twist his head. We can twist his waist, hip, and knee, but there is no ankle joint on Karkhov. Okay, so overall, this is a fantastic figure. I really like this figure. As always, the biggest drawbacks I have are these plastic pins that they use to attach the weapons. So one main issue is it just looks unnatural because he's got an open hand with a sword magically floating there. But it was 18 years ago, so I'm not too worried about it. I did also like that with this, the swords actually fit in the scabbards. The one downside to that, however, is that because of the paint on the swords, they can have a tendency to stick over time. So I remember when I was doing the review, I was very nervous about pulling the swords out so that I could show them to you guys. We've got another pin up here on his back. Again, some of the pin locations, I don't quite understand why they did that, but obviously you can use that for whatever you want to attach there. Now, with the Smart Link goggles, they did make them able to attach to the head, but as I mentioned previously, if you detach the strap from the pin, it does not stick as well. But as you see, you can put it on the figure if you so choose. Okay? So, overall, as I said previously, Lothan the Wise is my favorite figure, but I think Karkhov easily comes in as my number 2. He's got a great design, he's got a great look, and to be honest with you, like I said, I wish they had done this in Wave 1. I think he's too iconic of an archetype that they really should have used him right out the gate. But that was 20 years ago, and we don't get to make those choices now. So overall, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, it would be awesome if you did. I'm trying to get more Shadowrun content, role-playing content, miniatures, tabletop board games, just all sorts of things that I've found interesting that are coming out of my collection that I've made over the last 20 years. So if you'd like to see what I have to present or what new things I might find, come follow along, and we'll go from there. So thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.